Our next topic is revolution. The earth revolves around the sun, making one complete revolution in approximately 1 year, that is 365 quarter days. Okay, so we'll see in our earth now. The earth rotates on its own axis, that is we call rotation. It takes 24 hours or 1 hour, 1 day. Okay, so this earth not only rotating, it's moving its place. Okay, now shall we see like this, it's rotating and moving its place. Rotating and moving its place. Can you see? Yes, it's not only rotating. See, again we came to the same place. For this is only called a revolution. For this the earth takes 1 year. Okay, 1 whole year it's rotating and moving around the sun, that we call revolves. Moving around the sun we call revolves, and it takes 365 quarter days, that is 1 year. Okay, this is called revolution. Okay, next is inclination of the axis and its significance. The earth spins on an imaginary line called axis. The north of this line is called North Pole 90 degree of equator. The south of the axis is called South Pole 90 degree south of equator. Okay, now we'll see this. Okay, the earth rotates. This is the equator. Okay, from this north we call North Pole. From this south we call South Pole. 90 degree, this is 90 degree. Because of this kind of shape, the inclined shape, சாய்ந்திருப்பது. Okay, because of this we getting the seasons. When the earth revolves around the sun, we are getting seasons and everything. Okay, that we learn now. Okay, the two important things you should know in this. The earth axis keeps a fixed angle with the plane of elliptical. Okay, next one, hence the axis always points to the same direction during the period of revolution. Can you see this picture? Yes, same, the axis never change the angle. This is the arrow, like it we call axis. It's an imaginary line. Okay, from North Pole to South Pole it moves, isn't it? So it's a fixed one, not showing any other angle, only the fixed angle. The next one is the axis always points to the same direction. See, it's not changing any direction, same direction. Okay, so two things you have to keep it in your mind. We learn these effects of the inclination of the axis. The inclination of the axis has important consequences. I told you already, because of the inclination we are getting seasons. Because of this tilted position, each pole is inclined alternatively towards the sun twice a year. When it's summer, the northern hemisphere inclined towards the sun. When it's summer, the northern hemisphere, this is the northern hemisphere, it's inclined towards the sun. Okay, inclined towards the sun. When is the winter, the same time the southern hemisphere we experience winter. Okay, in the southern experience, when the southern hemisphere experience summer by the tilting position, the northern experience winter. So just opposite to that. Because of the inclinations it happens. Okay, again I am telling, the sun faces the southern hemisphere, that is south. Okay, equator southern hemisphere. When the sun is towards the southern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere experience summer. whereas in northern hemisphere experience winter. Okay, so this is only the similarly during the winter the northern pole is away from the sun and the south pole is inclined towards it. It is a summer in the southern hemisphere. If okay, see this is the one we saw. This is southern pole summer, but the northern pole is away from the sun, so it is experience winter. Okay, it's because of the inclination. Students, now we'll see how revolution causes the seasons. Okay, yes, now this is our sun, this is our earth. The sun rays falls on the straight equator overhead 90 degree on the equators. That time the northern hemisphere will get spring season, the southern hemisphere will get autumn season. Okay, both the hemisphere will get same amount of heat, same amount of light, so we call it same amount, same length of days, same length of night. Okay, that's why we are calling the word equinox, equal nights, equal days, we call this equinox. So spring equinox, autumn equinox. When sun rays falls 90 degree on the equator, the both the hemisphere will get same amount of light and heat, so same length of the days and nights. You understand that much? This northern hemisphere we call it spring equinox, the southern hemisphere we call autumn equinox. It happens in March 21st. Okay, we'll see in your book also. See, can you see sun rays falls on the equator, okay, in March 21st. So the northern hemisphere gets spring equinox, the southern SH means southern hemisphere will get autumn equinox. I told you the equinox means equal nights and equal days, so that word they are using equinox. It's happened in March 21st. Just to opposite to that, this is the one. It happens in 22nd or 23rd of September. Because of leap year, 2 days we are calculating. 22nd or 23rd. Here also 21st or 22nd it may occur. Okay. Now can you see this? When sun rays falls on the equator 90 degree overhead, that is the first point you should remember. Both the hemisphere gets the same amount of heat and light. Okay. So both the hemisphere will have same length of the days and nights. So this 3 point you should remember. By the name we call this here 21st of March spring equinox. In September of March we call this northern hemisphere autumn equinox. See, autumn in north hemisphere. In south hemisphere in September spring equinox. Okay, spring equinox. You understand? So in March 21st northern hemisphere will get spring equinox, southern hemisphere will get autumn equinox, whereas in September the northern hemisphere will get autumn equinox, in southern hemisphere will get spring equinox. So we call this particular thing we call spring equinox, we call this autumn equinox. This is opposite to this. When earth revolves around the sun, so this kind of changes happens. So this is one change. Okay, now we call this by name equinox. You understand? The next one we'll see. Okay, in your reading, the sun is directly overhead the equator on the March 21st. This one. And the September 22nd, autumn equinox. March 21st, spring equinox. We call by name. Okay. Though at times referred as September 23rd because of the leap year. The next one is we are going to see summer solstice. Okay. Now we'll see this on the globe. Now we saw this spring falls on the sun rays on the equator 90 degree. Opposite to this also equator 90 degree. whereas the sun rays falls on the north side, Tropic of Cancer, 66.5 degree. The sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere, so that we call summer solstice. Okay, now we'll see in the globe. The sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere. The sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere, degree 23.5 degree. Okay, so it's directly there. This part will become more hot. Okay, the northern hemisphere will get summer solstice. The southern hemisphere will get winter solstice. Okay, so this part we call this summer solstice. This part, this is northern hemisphere, we call summer solstice. The southern hemisphere we call winter solstice. When the sun rays falls directly on the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, that time the days are longest day will come in the year, that is June 21st. The longest day is June 21st in the northern hemisphere when sun rays falls on the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, that is the shortest day will come in the southern hemisphere. Okay, the length of the day also long in northern hemisphere. The length of the days are short in northern hemisphere, whereas the pole, Arctic pole and Antarctic pole, this Arctic pole will see the sun. Okay, 24 hours light, bright light in the Arctic circle, 24 hours darkness in the Antarctic circle. You understand? In the northern hemisphere, the sun falls in the northern hemisphere at the point of Tropic of Cancer. That time, this is the longest day will come in that place. That is the June 21st. Here, southern hemisphere, shortest day will come. The longest day is June 21st. Okay, and this northern hemisphere will get long and heat days. The southern hemisphere will get winter solstice. Okay, this Arctic circle is a brightest 24 hours brightest light will come. In this Antarctic circle, 24 hours darkness will come because it cannot see the sun. Only the sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere. Now you understand? Yes, this is the summer solstice. Okay. Okay, we'll see in your book also. Can you see this? The sun rays falls on the Tropic of Cancer. That is northern hemisphere. Okay, not 66 degree and half, 23 degree and half. Okay, that the northern hemisphere will get summer solstice. The southern hemisphere will get winter solstice. Okay, so the sun stand still in one place. The meaning for solstice, the sun stands for one place. Okay, so this sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere in the Tropic of Cancer. That time the northern hemisphere will get summer solstice. The southern hemisphere will get winter solstice. In that day, the length of the days are differs. Okay, here whereas the length of the days and nights are equal, but here it has difference. The longest day will come, that is June 21st. Okay, here shortest day will come, whereas the whole whole day and night, 24 hours light will come in the northern pole. NP means pole, northern pole. In the southern pole, 24 hours darkness will be there because it cannot see the sun. So this much you understand by the globe also, with your picture also. Next, to opposite to this is the one, whereas it falls on the northern hemisphere, the sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere. Here the sun rays falls on the southern hemisphere, Tropic of Capricorn, 23 degree and half. Can you see? So that time southern hemisphere will get summer solstice. The winter hemisphere will get winter solstice. Okay, Can you see it's happened in 22nd December or 23rd also we can mention. In that time, opposite to this, the northern hemisphere will get shortest day. The southern hemisphere get longest day. Okay, and the northern hemisphere cannot see the sun because it's very it cannot see the sun. It's a darkest night here, whereas the summer southern hemisphere will see the sun. Because of the sun, it has 24 hours daylight. It has 24 hours darkness. It means northern hemisphere, northern pole has 24 hours darkness, and southern pole will have 24 hours bright light. Okay, so this is a winter solstice in northern hemisphere, summer solstice in southern hemisphere, just opposite to this. Okay, you should know the variation of the day and night, and where it's fall, which degree it falls, the sun rays falls in which degree, and what hemisphere will get the season, whether a winter season or a summer season, which hemisphere will get the season, you should know in this. Okay, yes, so we'll see in this side what. Okay, we see in the globe also. See, the sun rays falls on the southern hemisphere in the Tropic of Capricorn, 23 degree. The northern hemisphere will have winter solstice. The southern hemisphere will have summer solstice. Okay, the sun rays falls on the southern hemisphere in the Tropic of Capricorn. The southern hemisphere will have summer solstice. Okay, the sun stands still in this place, southern hemisphere, whereas this northern hemisphere will have winter solstice. Okay, so the length of the days, nights varies. Okay, whereas we saw in the northern hemisphere 21st of June. In this time, the sun rays falls on the southern hemisphere. In this time, December 22nd is the longest day in the southern hemisphere. December 22nd or 23rd. Okay, that time the Antarctic pole, can you see the Antarctic pole? It receives the 24 hours light, whereas the northern Arctic pole, northern hemisphere Arctic pole cannot receive any light, so it's 24 hours darkness. So three things you should remember in the some winter solstice. In anything, any 4 season, you have to remember 3 things. First one, the sun rays falls in which degree? That is 23 and a half degree of southern hemisphere, Capricorn, Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, in that time, what is the name for this southern hemisphere? Summer solstice. For the northern hemisphere, winter solstice. Okay, what about the sun? Okay, it varies. This is getting the longest day. Here they are getting the shortest day. Northern hemisphere. The pole, darkness to 24 hours. The southern pole, that is Antarctic pole, will get light for 24 hours. Okay, so this is the about the summer, winter solstice and spring and equinox, autumn equinox. So now how you understand? Just to related to that, we'll read 1 or 2 sentences in your book. Okay, winter solstice. The condition of the at the winter solstice in December 22nd are exactly reverse of the summer solstice condition. At this time, south pole of the axis is inclined directly towards the sun, and the southern hemisphere enjoys the same conditions of the increased sunshine, and the south pole will have the continuous daylight for 6 months. Okay, I told that hemisphere will get day 24 hours light, that is for 6 months. Okay, when summer solstice happen in northern hemisphere, this pole is getting darkness for 24 hours for 6 months. The southern hemisphere will get darkness. This is light, bright light will get. Northern hemisphere will get light for 6 months. Here southern hemisphere will get darkness for 6 months because of the winter solstice. The opposite to this, the southern hemisphere will have summer solstice. The Antarctic pole will get bright light. The northern hemisphere will get winter solstice. This will get 6 months fully darkness. Okay, but whereas in the equinox both are equal, same amount of sun rays falls on the 90 degree of equator. So this northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere will have same length of the day and night. There is no difference. Because of the revolution of the earth, we are getting the seasons. Now you understood? When the earth is in March 21st, it's getting spring season in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. Opposite to that, when earth comes September, the northern hemisphere will get autumn season, the southern hemisphere get spring season, spring equinox. Okay, whereas the earth comes this north of June, March after June month. Okay, in the northern hemisphere, in Capricorn, Cancer, it falls, the sun rays falls straight. That time this northern hemisphere will get summer solstice, the southern hemisphere will get winter solstice. Okay, whereas the opposite to this, that is on the December, the northern hemisphere will get winter solstice, the southern hemisphere will get summer solstice. Okay, this is the because of the revolution of the earth around the sun, so it's happened. Okay, now you understand. Now for your homework assignment, you should copy down in your classwork. Those who didn't get your classwork, you write in your rough note or anything and send it to me also in the WhatsApp, Google Classroom. Okay, rotation, and that rotation, under the rotation you should know about the days and night. This diagram you have to draw. Okay, occurrence of the day and night diagram on the rotation. Next, the speed, the effect of speed of a rotation. This Coriolis effect, this effect you have to write. This is the effect you have to write. No need to draw the picture, just to write this effect. And then effects of rotation, we studied the day and night, causes day and night. This points you have to write. Next, for revolution, you should know what is revolution. Okay, then we go to the alternation of seasons, and this diagram you have to draw and explain. Okay, everything you have to explain. Okay, it's there in your book also, and you can explain on your own also, varying of length for every hemisphere. And see, can you see summer solstice? This pictures alone you have to, this is small, it's in group. Summer solstice and winter solstice, you can make it is this as a single also. Group also you have to make one time, and single also you have to make one time. This is the one. Okay, this is summer solstice, this is winter solstice. This picture you have to draw and write about this. Okay, yes children, thank you.